Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Of course, 5 Wonderkids with potential to be top class in the game. Today we're going to England and this was probably the most difficult of the ones that I will do. And the reason behind that is because of course we're trying to give you players that are not so well known. It's much easier for me to do that in other countries around the globe, in South America, in Europe and whatnot. But today, of course, most followers of the Wizkids, 15,500 of you are English, most of the 2,200 Twitter followers are British or whatever, as are the YouTube subscribers, which is approaching 1,000. So this is a little bit more difficult, but I've tried my best. You will probably know these players. I've went for 2 outside of the Premier League, 3 in the Premier League. Hopefully you can use them and they can become on very good players for you in your saves. Let's get right into it, guys, and get off with the first player in the shortlist. First up is the defensive-minded midfielder. The number 6 of Liverpool is Jordan Rossiter. 18 years old, valued at 1.5 million on £1,500 per week. He is on loan, available for loan at the start of the game, so if you're in the Championship or below, you might be able to pinch him. Technically, we're not even going to look there other than his marking, passing and tackling, which is key because he's a ball-winning defensive midfielder. So those 3 attributes are the ones you really want to look at technically. The rest are pretty dreadful. Physically, he's not very good either. Stamina is 13, natural fitness is 17. Other than that, there's not much to talk about. He's a determined player though. Mentally is where it's at. Remember guys, he's not exactly a flair player. He's not someone that's going to do much when it's going forward, attacking. He's going to sit in the hole, defend whatever lead you've got, and really be the mainstay in the middle of the park and park the bus, if you like, on his own. Mentally is where his game is at. 13s for aggression, anticipation, bravery, composure. 12s for decision making, 11 off the ball, 14 leadership, determination 15, teamwork 14, work rate 15 and vision 11. Again guys, this is a defensive minded player we're bringing you. It's Jordan Rossiter of Liverpool, a real good player, showcased by our admin Andy on Facebook before in his previous Liverpool saves that this guy can go on to become a top quality defensive midfielder. Next up, we move over to the other side, the blue side of Liverpool. It's the number 42, Ryan Letson. 17-year-old, valued at £575,000, £2,000 per week he is on. And he is the England under-19 vice-captain. Again, similar to Rossiter, he's defensive-minded, so he's not going to be fantastic in some aspects of the game in terms of moving the play forward. But for me, he does look a little bit better than Rossiter. Physically, he's absolutely dreadful. There's no means about that. Technically, he's got some decent ones. First touch 12, 11 for heading long shots, 14 technique and passing, which is really key, 15. That goes along with his vision, 13. Mentally, he is superb, especially for a 17-year-old. A lot of 12s and 13s in there. 13 for anticipation, concentration, decision-making, determination, leadership, teamwork, vision. 12s for the other ones are bravery, composure, positioning and work rate. A real good player, similar to Rossiter, and they too could be a real good heart in a defensive midfield formation in your Football Manager team. Next up is a player that really excites me on Football Manager. He's right-footed, 17-year-old. It's Ainsley MaitlandNiles, on loan at Ipswich currently from Arsenal, on £4,000 per week, valued at 2.1 million. Now, Football Manager actually has him naturally as a centre midfielder that can play on the right, but is better in the middle. For me, absolutely not a chance. He is a winger without a doubt. He's only 17 and he's got absolutely first-class attributes all over his game. He's right-footed, physically, acceleration 16, pace 13, natural fitness 13, mentally, anticipation 14, 13 for decision making, 16 flair, 17 teamwork and work rate of 13. So he's definitely a team player. Technically, his crossing is 12, 13 dribbling, 12 finishing, 13 first touch, 12 free kick taking, long shots of 13, passing 13 and technique 12. For me, this guy is absolutely class. He kind of reminds me a bit like Jeff Ryan at Adelaide, the other Arsenal youngster. Absolutely quality stats at such a young, tender age. He can go on to become absolutely brilliant and play for arguably any team in the game on FM16. So we're dropping down in England for the fourth player. It's the number 14, 17-year-old Englishman, of course, Rico Henry of Walsall. Valued at £500,000, £1,600 per week. He is left-footed. He's an attacking fullback, he likes to get forward, and technically he isn't the best, but because he likes to get forward, he likes to get down the left-hand side whenever possible. He has got decent crossing of 11 and dribbling of 12 for his age. To match that, physically, he has acceleration of 15, pace of 15, stamina 13, natural fitness is 14, agility is 14. So he is someone that could really get up and down that flank all day long. A real potential good player if you sign him early on. Mentally, he's got some okay ones in his flair 12, determination 14, off the ball of 11, teamwork of 12 and work rate of 14. Rico Henry is number 4 in the English potential Wonderkids that may be unknown or not very often used to you. The fifth and final one is in the Blackburn under-21 squad. It's Ryan Yamba, 17-year-old right-footed, valued at £400,000. He is £300 per week. You can get him for quite cheap at the start of the game if you wish to purchase him. He's fairly determined and he's a very strong fullback. But I'm not having that, guys. For me, absolutely not a fullback. Do not play him a fullback. I'm not saying he'll do a bad job, but technically he is awful for a fullback. Unless you're going to play unlimited, then that really restricts your formation and tactical system if you're going to restrict your fullbacks to sitting back and really just playing a central defender on the right hand side and not going further forward. For me, you've got to play him at central defence. 11 heading, tackling of 13, aggression 17, bravery 18, determination 17, leadership 13, teamwork 15, work rate 17. He is an absolute animal for 17 years old. This guy could be absolutely quality. Physically, he's a beast. Acceleration 15, agility 13, balance 14, 12 for jump and reach, 18 for natural fitness, pace for 14, 15 for stamina and strength. Guys, sign him up. Quality player. Play him central defence or have him on your bench. Tutor him, train him and get him into your first team squad. Do not play him fullback, in my opinion. That is Ryan Yamba of Blackburn. This wraps up the English potential Wonderkids. For me, they are of course well known, but this was quite difficult to pick ones that weren't well known in England. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching it. Watch the previous ones. And next up, we're heading to Scotland. Check out tomorrow's episode and I'll see you then. And as ever, guys, thank you for watching the YouTube channel of the Football Manager WizKids. Do not forget to hit subscribe and I'll see you again very soon.